My name is Araba A, Woart. My dad was DK Ebedu Bensi. My mother was Little Nora Clara Goodrich. Grandpa was Shadrach Goodrich. Grandma was Sarah Goodrich. My mother's parents was Sarah Hallowinger Goodrich. I went to Croswell a lot when I was growing. Especially we used to go mostly to Uncle Jonathan's Goodrich house. Most of the time, that's where we used to go to Uncle Jonathan because he really used to really like us. So most of the time we spent time at his house. A lot of fun when we were growing. A lot of fun. I know that our Auntie Annette, who I look at as at this stage of my life, like my second mother, because I lived with her until I got married. So this is how come the children and myself are so close. I grew up with them. So we read and Uncle Shadrach, I was not that close. I knew him, but I was not that close to him. I was not that close to him. It was, oh, hi baby, how you coming on? Hi baby, how you coming on? I was about, and they said she want to do who really took up time with the kids. They took up time with us. But the person who was really flexible with us, and then who I look at as my second mother, because she used to always say, oh, that's my other baby there, that's my other baby there. Because I remember when she got so sick, and then called me one day, she said, man, I don't know. Oh, man, she not recognizing anybody. I said, what you mean, oh, man, not recognize? She said, yeah, that's why I call you, because I want you to come kill me, because when you hear it first, you say, why Anna didn't come? Because Anna keep from all the time, and it is always in constant contact with me. So when I got up that day, I rushed out of here and I went to, as soon as I put my head to the door, she said, oh, look at my baby, look at my baby, look at that. Everybody went, wait a minute. Because and then what happened? Why you didn't recognize anybody? You recognizing cousin Araba? I said, yeah, because that's my baby. That's my baby. I mean, I myself, I was shocked because the way I was crying when she told me that thing. I was shocked for the one to recognize me. Then she said, come hug me, baby. Come give me a hug. Come give me a hug. Look, I cried out there. I said, what? Then she said, you can't see she because I was just like her. I was just like Oma. I was always watching her weight. And as old as I am, I still watch my weight. I still pay attention seriously to my weight. That's what the doctors can be so confused to say, we don't understand. I said, yeah, that's how I was brought up. Because he said he met her at school, Peter Harris School. There's some school program where he met my mother. And he said, and I like her so much, and so I paid attention to her. And when I came to find out, we were husband and wife. So I said, that's how you're operating. He said, without what operating. And my mother stayed in Episcopalian until she died. My dad was a Methodist pastor. But he said the way how the woman was so trained, he had no business interfering with her Christian. Wait, no. My mother, I grew up and everything and met my mom working with the Episcopal people, and she died in Episcopalian. And I intend to do the same thing. Because when I came to this country 2000, and when I got my work at a Catholic hospital right across from the hospital and the church, they tried all they could to get me to become a Catholic. I said, I'm an Episcopalian and I intend to stay an Episcopalian. I said, the reason why I'm here because a lady who saw me, she was called a different. She was a Catholic, and so when she met me, she fell in love with me, and so she always paid attention. So she said, I cannot find your church. I can't find your Episcopal church, but I will carry you to my church, which is Holy Rosary. I said, fine, once it's a church, that's all I want to be able to go to church. She said, and the place where I'm trying to get you to go to work is just a road in between the two places. I said, you gotta be kidding me. She said, no, I'm not. And that's how I made the show. It was possible for you to see the one picture in my living room right now on the wall there. Because people can't believe that was a white woman the way she was paying so much attention to me. When my husband got sick, Dalma did everything trying to get that man met I think to him on time. She was a real good human being. My mother, Lenora, but people, most people used to call her Sister Lenora or Auntie Lenora. We know that we rich pretty quick to hang position of probably either Auntie Lenora, Auntie Lenora, or some connection. They always try to put it. She's a work mostly with children. She worked a lot, and at the same spirit, I grew up with paying attention to people's children. So then she worked in the New Jersey public school for some time. In the New Jersey public school, because we were living in New Jersey, in Liberia, in New Jersey. So she worked quite a few years. She worked in a public school. Her father working place was B.D. Harris Episcopal School, where she went and she was there until she passed away. And so that was daddy. So I said that I met that lady an Episcopalian and her church work. I'm not going to interrupt all my church work for what? She support my church work, so I gotta support her. And that never bother her with her thing. He said, no, I can't bother the woman at her church. And so she's gonna be, and she was there until she passed away. And number one was Araba. Okay, I was Araba. I would call it how we word, and I would tell you what happened to the group. I was Araba, number one. Kojo, who just passed last year, June. Sassy, he passed 07. Sassy passed away. And so she died during the war. Kwesi, he's in Monrovia. Imrohi he's in the United States here. He's in the United States here. My baby sister, Isawa, she's in what is shot? Anyway, she's not up here, but Isawa is in. She was a sixth child. Isa was a boy. Then the baby DK. Okay, now I'm going back to tell you what happened with him. So Kodo is dead. Sassy is dead. Benswa is dead. Isa is dead. The baby sister, a girl died too, but I don't remember her because she died as a baby, so I don't remember that one there. But in all, they had 11 kids, and I was number one. DK is the baby, and this child here for the past 30-some years. All we knew this child was dead or lost. But years ago, we know that my brother is alive. I say I nearly went crazy that day when I got this phone call, because normally I don't answer phone calls that I don't know, because that's part of my training in telecom. So he said, can I speak to my lion? Can I speak to big sister? Can I speak to Sis Araba? You know, all the nicknames they call me here. Then I said, wait a minute, let's get something. Who on earth is this? Then he took a deep breath. He said, this is baby TK. I said, what did you say just now? He said, baby TK. I said, what do you mean, baby TK? He said, baby TK. I said, you child, don't play with me here. You say who? He laughed. He said, yes, this is baby TK. He said, big sister, you don't know how happy I am to hear your voice, even though your voice doesn't sound like the voice I knew when I was growing. I said, yours don't sound like somebody who I know. That's why I keep asking who you are. What? I mean, I was so happy. Then I said, well, how are you managed to get hold of me? He said, well, I know you're a lion and you like your lion white. He said, but I was going somewhere and I saw this lion program. So I decided to stop and talk to the group. So he said, then he introduced himself. He said, I don't know you people don't know me. But my big sister is lost. Where she is, only God knows. I don't know where my big sister is. During this crisis, we just be all over the world like a bunch of crazy people. So where some of people are, I don't know. So, and being that I know she was a lion and I saw the lion sign, that's why I stopped and decided to talk to you people. So can somebody tell me if they, then they say, well, what's her name? Then he called my name. He said, I will call her full name. She's Araba A, Woart. Her husband is a Woart. They said, we don't know that name. They say, okay, you know what? The Lions Club is a big group. We are an international group. And in Ghana here is a big scattered group. So give us your name, give us your number, and then we'll try to, because right now we are busy. He said, yeah, I can see you're busy, but when I saw the sign, I came to talk to you people. That's why I came. And so that's cool. Well, welcome. He says, so give us your name, your number, and if we find anything, we'll call you. He said it was quite a while. Nobody called him. But then one day he said he was doing something, and the phone rang, and the people introduced themselves. I said, well, we met up with one client group, and they said they have met your sister, but your sister is now in the United States of America. He said, where? He said, what she doing over there? Say, well, we don't know about that, what they say she is. So now you call these people here and talk to them, and they will tell you what's happening. And he did. He said, so the person you talk, say, oh, yeah, we know Lion Woart. Lion Woart, very good human being. She, well, right now, after she left the refugee camp, she's in the United States of America. He said, no. He said, you don't play with me, man. He said, no, we're not playing with you. It's a fact. He said, but that's my big sister. And I thought my sister was dead because for years, I never heard from my sister. I didn't know where she was. So that's why when he called me and we got to know that we were still on this side of the world, then he said, you know what? Do me a favor, send me a picture, and I will send you a picture. But make sure you send me the left side of it, because I got a mole on the left side of my face here. I said, you know what? And because I said, after 30 plus years, I don't even know how you look like, baby. He said, well, I ain't that baby no more. I said, you can say that again after 30 years. You sure not? And he did. That child sent me his picture. Almost 4 months now since I got his picture. Look, when I saw, I opened my envelope and saw my brother, the way I cried, and I said, Lord, thank you. 30 plus years. So right now, the thing what I'm begging God to help me for, to at least get him here for at least a month. So somebody, I said, I came here as a refugee. So now I don't know what to do to get my baby brother here for at least for us to see the person who we thought was dead. And God said, no, he's still on the side with us. And one thing she told us, and I try to tell people that when the children do something, do not chastise them in public, and don't chastise them among their friends. And as old as I am, this is what I try to do. You do anything, she will grab you by your ear, give you one slap on the back, and say, and when she point her finger at me, get over there and fast. And she get there, she'll tell you what she gotta do, or what she's not doing. And if try your best and don't lie, because you lie, you is all trouble. Try your best and don't lie. She would try and get things. Then she said, you know what? I will not talk to you people in a group where you're messing up. I will talk to you people one by one. But if one promise I got for you, if you repeat it, if it's repeated, I'm going to call the whole group to come and hear the mess that you made. And as old as I am, this is what I do. But one time I know Daddy did something against my mom, which almost killed me. I wanted to blast at him real well, but because I still like my daddy. But I said, no, don't. I called him one day under the almond tree. I said, you know what? You did something what I do not like and I don't appreciate. And I don't intend to talk to you in the group. This is what I'm calling you under the almond tree. They have some here to talk to you. He said, hey, baby. He said, you know the way I like you. I said, yeah, myself like you. That's why I call you here to tell you my peace of mind. And I don't want to talk to you in the front of the other children. I said, it will not be safe and it will not be good. My daddy broke down. He said, I realized my mistake and I told God, Father, please forgive me. He said, now, baby, please forgive me. I said, once I have told you what I gotta tell you, I leave everything in your hand to solve this problem and to let it be a bigger mess than what it is. So when I got to talking to my dad, one of my brothers called to me, the Mr. Imran man, he said, what are you talking to dad under the almond tree? I said, if I was talking to dad under the almond tree, if I wanted you to know, I would have called a conference. But I wanted to talk to my daddy alone. That's why I called my daddy under the almond tree to talk to him. So it got anything to do with you. Now you found something to pack yourself and don't give me hard time. When I started working, especially when I became a supervisor in telecommunication, when the children did something, I would call them in the office, close the door, and talk to them. I say, this is how my mother brought me up. You do something, call that person, and talk to them. I say, but the same promise what she gave to me, and the same promise I can give, if you repeat what you did, I'm going to call a conference on you. Is that understood? Is that understood? Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, yes, Mother Woart. Yes, ma. Yes, madam. And that he would just be. So I say, I say, my mom gave me a lot of brothers. That's why I like you fellows so brothers I got. So you people don't behave yourselves, it will not be a funny thing. And don't repeat it. You repeat it, I'm calling a conference on you. Is that understood? Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. And that's how those children grew up. They say, well, what? So when I worked telecom for 16 years, 16 years, 18, 19 years. So you won't believe it. They put something to London for vacation, everything paid by the office. They say because since we've been in the building, we haven't got anybody to work the way you can work. So that is your vacation. I went and told my husband, he said, you say, what? They're sending you to London? Okay. Because the question was, how about you want to go on vacation? Where would you like to go? I said, well, maybe Paris, maybe London. I said, okay, it's London. I said, well, what's that supposed to mean? They say, yeah, because we're sending you on vacation to express our thanks to you for your good work. I said, are you kidding me? I said, no, we're not kidding you. I said, but you got to call Mr. Woart and let him know. They said, of course, we'll call him and let him know. So when they call him until he almost jumped out of his clothes. Because when they made me supervisor, he was not happy about it at all. He said, well, you should be home 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then our car coming to park to it because they had cars. If something happened, they would send for somebody who's free to come to the station because telecom, somebody got to be on shift all the time. You never know what's going to happen there. Oh, he was making noise and jumping and having the Oman didn't say anything to him. So anything Daddy said to him was, Harrison, there's no need of making noise. If you prepare to pay the woman her supervisor money, she will stay home and manage her. That's how he got off my back. That's how he got off me. So when they sent me to London, when they called him and told him, they said, well, he said, yes, your wife has been a very good employee. And so we're telling her, thank you for her good work. So the only thing the old man said to him was, now you see that noise you were making when you made him off. So he said, you see what has come out of it? It was a must. You had to have a phone in your house when if you're working telecom. You had to have a phone in your house. That it was a must. Not if you wanted to, it was a must. So everybody who was working telecom had a phone in their house. And so we encourage other people to get phones. That's why we have so many phones all over the place. It was a must. And for people who've been to Blackbird lately, and the way they can tell me that place is going to wreck, it can almost tear my heart out. They say, Araba, you go to Maria now, you will not believe it. Everything is a total mess there now if you go there. You will not be happy about it. I went to the New Jersey Public School. I was there from that's how come I ended up to enter, because when I got out of the 8th grade, there was no, daddy said, according to my dad, he said there was no school there for me to go to. Was that he was satisfied with. That's how come he went to Annette and told her what the constitution wasn't, I don't know, but he told her that he wanted me to come to her to be in a school that's why the people were doing something with some sense. And she said, sure, that's my sister's child. So and that's your child. So if that's how you look at it, fine. So how come? So that day he called his meeting. He said, oh, I'm about to tell you for something who I know you would not be happy with, but there's nothing we can do. He said, I gotta send your big sister to Monrovia to her Annette to go to school because the school here are not happy with it. So that's how come I ended up in Monrovia with ended. And I even went to but before I went to enter, I went to the Zion Academy. I was there for a year. And I was not really happy with that place. So when I moved from there, I was happy. So how come I ended up in Peter Harris School? Father Johnson and Father Edwards, all the people. Oh boy, I was there for quite a while. Then I went to the University of Horticulture program, where which was conducted from through the agriculture department. And because I love decoration and plants, how come I went to the horticulture program, and I was there for almost 3 years. I was there. I was that graduated from a horticulture program. That's why I'm always doing weddings and all those things. I do weddings or any decoration, plants, all those things. I was part of my life because that is to say, when you take plants from my child life, doesn't left there because this child love plants. Upon 1938, even right here at the church, everybody can say, Araba, we only got to accept the thing, but you telling us. I mean, that say, the senior asked my doctors, or you want my passport? Do people want to see my passport? So I said, well, one, I'm very careful how I eat, and all those things that I'm very, very, very careful with it. I'm very careful. Even because I got that even from my two mothers, my wife's mother and I don't eat any. So as a result, when I get sick, I can't eat. Because and I tell like daddy didn't get sick often, and I don't get sick often, but my God, when I get sick, no child play. Like a few months away, I've been so sick. Then when I get sick now, it's problem for me to eat. Serious problem. We try to keep everybody in school. I think at least the school system kind of improved. And things being that daddy, he was a teacher before he became junior student at the university. So he was always on track with their homework and this thing and that thing. He was always. He's from Maryland. He's
From Maryland County?
Yeah, he's from Maryland. And even my own mom said she was always taking enough time to teach the children what's right and what's wrong all the time. She was doing it. She said, because if you don't teach children the right thing while they are small, when they get old, it will be hard to get it in their brain. So you got to start banging things in their brain while they are young, and which is very, very true. You have to start teaching children things when they are young and small. Don't wait until they get old, like old hands, before you say you're coming to tell them what to do. And always teach them to do what's right and learn to respect people. Learn to respect people. That's one thing, one big problem I see here. The people, they don't respect people. They don't. Some of them do, some of them don't. You know, back home, you disrespect somebody, when they put one slap on your back, you will not believe it. One slap when they put it on your back, you will wonder if that you who they hit like that. So I tell God, thank you for the training that we came up under. I tell God, thank you for it. The Azaleas, I used to call it the Azaleas. She was a nice person, but I didn't take up much time keeping company with her. I didn't take up much, but she used to say, "Oh, our big niece there, our big," and then I can say, "Yeah, that my big daughter there, that my daughter there." She said, "Yeah." But she gotta be a Goodrich, because the way she behaves, she gotta be a Goodrich. Sure, food can be hard for me to find here, like cassava leaf and potato greens, and that the two things that's very hard for me to find, because most of the time that Harriet got a sent potato green from Minneapolis. In fact, when we were growing, we were living near the river, so we did a lot of fishing. We're not far from Simple River. And then the other stream used to come down from us there. That's why we used to do all our fishing. Because that Simple River, one of my brothers drowned. But he drowned from, when we're growing, when we clean away, you gotta go wash the bucket, and all the things you dip all our dirty water out of the well. So he went to go wash all the dirty buckets and things from the cleaning well. That's how he died. He drowned. If the school was having anything, the school was having any thing like that, and the schools back in Liberia, they used to have a lot of things that children were involved in, a lot. Especially being remember the Girl Scout and all of those there, that we used to always be in some kind of program. Like I remember the Girl Scout. It's a Liberia Episcopal group. The Liberia Episcopal group. And that was my aunt. But I looked at her like my mother, because I lived with her until I got married. So as far as I'm concerned, I alone had two mothers, Lenora Goodrich, a beautiful and then Murray Floyd Goodrich, the two mothers I had. Because and I believe in treating people, children, and other people nicely with respect, and don't try to get on her nerves. Where you get on her nerves and you walk on the wrong track of the road. That's just like me. and she believed in treating everybody the same way. She said, you respect people and respect them and know that just how they were made by God, God made you. If you don't respect the good Lord that made you, where you expect to live and survive? Where, she'll ask you, where you expect to survive? So treat people nicely, and that's how I am. I love to treat people nicely all the time. If you get on my nerves, I will get out of your way quietly, because you step on the wrong side of town, then you are in trouble. Both of my mothers treated people, children, and treated everybody nicely. Both of them. In Buddha our refugee camp. And those people really treated us nicely. This is what in my life now, 3 things I do and pay attention to. UTO, which is United Thank Offering, which is a group that gives money to different groups. Like when we were in the camp, the UTO people who really supported us. Lions Club, of which I'm a member from Liberia before I went to the refugee camp, and my church. Those 3 things I do not play with them in my life now. No. And I tell people all the time, always give thanks when something happened. Because 4 years ago, when we our building caught a fire here, God saved me. I didn't die that night. Always believe in helping other people. Always help other people. The first and foremost thing, learn to respect people. Learn to respect, because that's what my parents taught us. Always respect people and respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, you will not respect others. That's a fact. You don't respect yourself, you will not respect others. And that's what mom and dad taught. Always respect yourself and respect others. Always learn to give a helping hand to somebody who needs it. Always. Especially older people. I try to do that which is right, and respect people and respect myself. I always try to help people. As old as I am, I always try to help people. My child, give me way, let me pass. Oh, give me way, let me pass. Give me way, let me pass. Give me way, let me pass. And it was good for that. Oh, my was good for that. And my mom was what I better. They were quick say, give me way to pass. But who are you away from what give you way to pass now? Don't get in things that don't concern you. Do not get in things. That was one of Daddy's main thing in life, telling us, do not get in things that don't concern you. Learn to mind your business and try to avoid lying. Try to avoid lying. Especially cornbread. Woo! The cornbread, especially my wife's mother, that woman respected her cornbread. What? And she's a love cooking pan butter, but pan butter didn't agree with me. So whenever she cooked pan butter, she had to fix something else. If you got pan butter in my stomach, we're not any friend. Split peas and gravy or collard greens. That are 2 things that my money is, because we had our own gardens. Because we were at a refugee camp, being that we grew up with our gardening business. I have plenty because the garden government found out that the Liberians love gardening. The agricultural ministry went to work and got seeds of all types. They came and distributed them with us. They say, because we noticed that the Liberians love gardening. I say, here with our gardening business, we don't play with it. Imagine the clothes we had on when we left Liberia. We had our clothes on for 1 solid week. 1 week. I couldn't walk because I came from I was in the hospital when I met started. My brothers and God first, and my brothers are living today. God first, and my brothers I'm living today. That one I worked so long when I came here, because I know what the children did to save me. Anytime, my dear, something happened to you, always put in you don't have to write your name on the envelope. You don't have to write your name on the envelope. Put that money in the envelope and close it. Put it in church. That money is going to help somebody who is in trouble. I say, always give thanks to God for what He has done. It's going to help somebody that you don't even know, because I know it for real. The only thing that they stabbed me with a UTO offer, some people can have the nerves to put only $1 in the envelope. Hello, didn't God do more than that for you? But I said, the only regret I got, Daddy told us not to bury him in Center Street. But Daddy died suddenly. Daddy fell in the bathtub and struck his head. That's how he died. Because Daddy fell on Friday and Monday he was gone. And by the time I got through fainting, when I came to my senses, they had already done Daddy's grave. That the only regret I got from my dad's passing, he told us not to bury him Center Street. And the scene with the old man told us not to bury her Center Street. We want to bury her close away. And that's what I did. She's buried close away because she told us not to bury her at Center Street too. The only thing I don't know when they put that casket in the grave, but when I saw that they entered the graveyard, I fainted straight because I didn't want to stand there to see my mommy going in the ground. Oh my God. Oh, thank God. Thank you for life.